We are going to assemble the Nutcracker ornaments. So I've got a lot of the things done on the multiple characters to save some time on the video. And now I'm going to show you, first I'm going to show you the pieces that come with the ornament itself. And this ornament is, let's take out the ruler here. So it's about 4 1/4, about 4 1/4 round, but when you add in the piece for hanging it, it's 4 1/2. So it's sizable, but it's not too big for even a small tree. Now I have already put my pieces here, my foam tape for popping this up. I've put it all the way around here. You'll notice that here on the snow I didn't put it up high, and that is because I didn't want stickies here where there's nothing for it to stick to, because then things would be getting stuck to it. I've put these foam dots here down the center of the snowflake. These are where the center person is going to stick. This piece here is for you to add color if you want to your outer ring. So I do not have any foam on this piece. I'm just going to glue it right in place. And this is the backing. And it goes right behind your snowflake. And I've coordinated mine with my ring. So any way you wanted to do that, I think would look good. So the first thing I want to do with my, because I have all this white, I want to come in and I want to do a little bit of inking. Well, that was a little bit thicker than I wanted it to be, but there's my snow. And then I just want to hit some of the snowflake. Because of the layers, you don't have to do all of the rings, because they're going to be stacked directly on top of each other. So I am just doing the edges of the snowflake in here. And then the outermost ring. I don't know if you heard that, but my glue bottle keeps just falling off my shelf that's underneath my desk. Don't understand that, but that's okay. All right. So I'm just slightly. And for this ink, because these are newer ink pads, I'm using my dauber. I just got this off Amazon. Okay, so now I'm going to, so this piece that looks like this is to just reinforce your hang hole. Okay. So if you want that to be a different color, again, you would just do this one a different color. I'm gluing mine on top. It doesn't matter if you glue it on top or on bottom. I can't really push it down because I've already put my foam dots in place. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you one of the, this is the girl from the Chinese dance in Nutcracker, and you'll see she does have shoes on. Shoes are in the files for each one of these, including the Nutcracker and the soldier, but you don't need to put them on because their feet are under this ring, okay? But I included them in the file so that you can use your little Nutcracker person like in a scrapbook page, and then you'll have slippers for her, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put these pieces together. I do want, so the foam dots I used, on Amazon I found this pretty big pack of foam dots, you can see, and it has 2 sheets of 2 different sizes. I've got small ones and medium ones. I'm just dropping everything here tonight. So I do want to put a foam dot right here in the center to stabilize the center. I'm going to start. I'm just going to try not to let it stick down until I've got it lined up. There. And I just use my fingers along with the edge of the table to line that up. And before I put this one on, I'm going to put the, no, don't do that. And I think I have way too many foam dots on this one. I just went a little happy here putting on all my foam dots. I could have had these ready to go. So my daughter performs in the Nutcracker each year. And I wanted to design something, an ornament specifically, to sell at their boutique. And that's why there are so many characters here, because I wanted to cover all the numbers in the show so that parents could buy I'm looking at the one I did earlier. It looks like I'm missing a piece. So let me look at my stack of rings here. I didn't pull one over. So this ring, because I changed the color of it before, I did do raised up. So you see there's a lot of a nice dimension with that. Okay, and now let's pull in our first ballerina. I've tried to make the pieces as simple as possible. They are small, so I would suggest making sure you have a good sharp blade in and a good sticky mat. Whoops. So for the mouth, it was funny because my daughter said, "I love how you made all of the girls wearing Nutcracker red lipstick." Their dance teacher is very particular about the color of their lipstick, so they all have the same bright red. On the faces, you want to put the red oval on first, and then do the eyes, because this is bigger to handle better and goes right over both the eyes and the mouth, okay? So you do that. On the hair, I'm gonna ink the edges. And I'm using black because I've made the hair dark brown. I'm going to go ahead and do the bun too. Okay, and then I'm just going to put glue here on the top half of the head. And every one of these heads is done the same way. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because it doesn't quite go all the way to the top, just to where I feel like I like her face, and then stick it down. And I'm going to take my light brown and just kind of hit those chopsticks there. I'm just going to find a place I like and glue these to the back of her head. And then her bun, I'm just going to put glue, just a little bit of glue there on the bottom. And again, just kind of looking at it, decide where I want that to go. It's going to go just like that. When you glue that onto her body, you want to apply the glue to the head here because this one's bigger. And you're going to just line that up. It's bigger because of the hair. You're just going to line that up there. Okay? Just like that. And now we're going to glue on. I think, I don't even know if I can see this on this one. Just hit those edges a little bit, I think. This is where a fine-tipped glue bottle will really come in handy. You just want to line that up to that bottom corner there, and then to the top shoulder. I've done it this way so you don't have to place all this tiny trim. And then here on the body, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And you just want to make sure that you can see her hands and that you're covering her shoulders. And there she is, okay? There's the Chinese girl. And then she will sit in here. And I'm not going to put the foam tape on her. I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to use those to hold her in place, just like that. And I think I'll add another couple more small ones here, just to support her head. And then she'll just sit right there, and then this will sit over. So you don't need her shoes. Okay, now let's work on the next. So this is snow, and I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue there and kind of put her headpiece on. Now I've already done her face. It's all done the same way the other one was done. I'm going to put a little more glue on this bun since it's coming right up here behind her little crown. We're going to put her head on. It'll probably be easier to put this detail piece on the dress on before you put the dress on her. I think it goes this way. It's shimmer paper. I don't know if you can see it. Just to make sure I'm putting it the right way. And then, now with her, if you want, you can put her hands over her dress like this. Or you can put her dress right over her hands. So it's up to you. I think I kind of like it. And so you just want to put some glue just right like that. There we go. So that's snow. Now this is Candy Cane. She comes with this very elaborate stripe piece. Now if you have Candy Cane striped paper, just cut it out on the solid piece and then you don't have to worry about this piece. But for the person who doesn't have some Candy Cane striped paper, you can still do the candy cane. Her outfit lines up to the top of her shoulders right there. Just like that. And for her, you're going to put her bun on first. And then the little bow in her hair. So I'm going to just hit the edges with my, getting ink all over my fingers. Bummer. And again, we're going to put our head on the same way as the others. And this is Flower. Again, I'm going to put her arms over. And her headpiece you can glue right to her bun. Just line it up there wherever it touches, just like that. And then put glue on the bottom part and put her bun on. And this one's name is Flower. And then this is Merlaton. And again, I'm just going to glue this right to her bun. Glue this to her dress. So you can see the construction is very similar on each one. You just take these dresses right up to the top of her shoulder. And this one is Arabian. And I think just like these others, I'm going to put her little veil on first. And then I'm going to put this on her head. I can pump a little bit of glue right under here. There we go. Okay. Now you're going to line this piece up right here with her shoulders. You'll be able to see. And then Now on this one, you'll know that you're in the right place with this cut for the leg. Okay, you want to make sure that you don't see the leg up there. Now you can add all kinds of little bling to these guys. So this is a sugar plum fairy. And again, I'm going to go ahead and glue her crown to her bun. And I'm going to do it a little lower than halfway. She has a piece to her dress. You're just going to line that up right to this top edge like that, okay? Now she also has a set of wings, and the straight part right there lines up there with her shoulders, okay? So I'm just going to put glue here on the center. It might have been too much. She is the sugar plum fairy. Let's move these down a little. Okay. This one is Russian. I'm just going to put that tip right there at the top of her bun. And you can see here when you put, you're just gonna, it gives you trim around the neck and the sleeves. So just line it up to the bottom of the dress, and then your placement should be correct. So just line it up right to the bottom. Then you have a belt and an apron. And I would glue this in place first. Just kind of put that there in the center. And you can put this on. Just want to line this up to her shoulders and make sure you can see her hands. And the angel. So you want to put the halo on like so. And do your bun. And I am going to use my pale blue on the edges of her dress and her wings. Just like that. So I'm going to put my glue on her. Your wings. So I'm just going to put some glue right here in the center. Whoops. They're sticking to my fingers. And then this is Spanish. There's that part. Now we've got her dress. And I do want to ink the edges of her dress a little bit. Just the red part, and I'm using the black. As you can tell, it's almost dried out off my dauber there because I didn't want very much. I didn't want to re-ink it. And then you're just going to alternate red, black, red, black. And then her dress there, just like that. Not quite to the top of the shoulders. You'll see with the curve there of her sides where to put her, where to put the dress. Okay, so now we have Claire. And again, with this white, I want to ink the edges. She has a little red sash. Whoops. And it goes right there where her sleeve meets. Okay. Just like that. And again, I'm just lining it up to the top of the shoulders. Now, this piece is going to go on the back, so you want to put her head on first. And then you can determine the placement like that. And I'm just going to put the glue here. And she has a bow for her head. Now, these pieces here, those are the shoes for the Nutcracker and the soldier, but I'm not going to use them. We've got several small pieces here. We've got this crown piece. This goes on the hat. You're going to line this up right to where this bottom part of the hat starts. Okay, just like that. So a fine tip bottle will definitely come in handy for these little ornaments. You've got a rectangular piece that's white, and then this piece here with holes cut in it. This makes his teeth. I'm going to ink this just a little bit with some black because it's going to be purple on purple. And this is going to go right like that. Just like that. I made these little pieces and I cut them, so I'm going to put them on. But I'm not sure that these are necessary. I'm using a pickup tool for these because they're so tiny. Uh-oh. It's stuck to my finger. I'm getting glue on my fingers. And let's see if I can get this to stick. There. Okay. And then this goes on him just like this. I know he's kind of funny looking. And then we're going to put his hat on. Now this piece is going to glue right behind like that. Okay. So just flip it over and just put some glue here on the head part. Then you want to place his mouth and just bring it down and touch the collars with it. Just center it the best you can. And then his little mustache is going to go right there over his mouth. Just like that. So he's the Nutcracker. Now we have the shoulder, and I've already done the face. It just has the eyes, and I've blushed the cheeks. Has some similar pieces to the Nutcracker. So I'm going to assemble his hat first. And then this band here. Goes right over. Just like that. We're going to put this piece on. And you'll see the top is rounded, so that goes right to his shoulders and side to side. Then I have these bands again. You could leave these pieces off. They add a little bit, but not a whole lot. I'm trying to see if I've got it the right way, because my paper is textured. There we are. And again, the reason I am not putting the shoes on is because in the ornaments, the feet are under They're under the rim, the top rim. So they don't show, so I really don't need the feet on. The feet are there in case you want to use the people separately. So you put his face on, and then you put his hat on. He also has some hair. If you want to use it. And that's your soldier. And now we have our mouse. So you want to line this up. So this is going right about there. And you can do it. It's just right about there, just like that. Just make sure you're covering his body. And then you want to put the little pieces to the ears on, and you can just imagine the line going around, and you want to put it just below it. Just below it. And then I'm going to ink the edges of his face because we're gray on gray here. There we go. And then his little crown, I think I want to make it kind of off to the side a little, like that. And that, there we go. The sword has two pieces, the piece that makes up the handle, and then you have the blade. And you got his little feet. I'm gonna do the feet kind of off to the side like that. Okay, and now some ink here. Those little paws. Everything's sticking to my fingers. I think I'm going to put this one just here. And just glue his paw to this part of his sword. And I might just use a little foam dot for this one. Just like that. So everything, and you can see here, because I did his hat off to the side, you wouldn't want to have a dot up as high. And then that's going to go on like that. So everybody just fits right there in the center. Their feet close to the bottom. Like so. So that is how you assemble each of the characters in the Nutcracker Ornament series. Thank you for joining me.